I love CeX. CeX is my favourite shop. I buy all of my crap from there, including today's, oh, that doesn't fit on the frame. Today's special review, so I'll prove it is from CeX. If I align the camera, see that? Look, it's from CeX. This is a PC that cost me less than 40 quid. I believe it was 36 or 34. And I'll put the listing on the screen now, but today we're going to turn this into a home server. I'm going to prove that you can buy some, this is still sealed by the way, I'm yet to open this, some absolute crap hardware and turn it into a home server. You haven't got to spend like 300 quid on the fanciest mini PCs. Now let me get in here. Now this is the first time I've opened this box, so I might have been scammed. We all know what CeX is like. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, so I spent £35 on this, as you can see there. It's a Dell 710, small form factor, i3 with 8 gigs of DDR3 and a 320 gig hard drive, Windows 10 and a DVD drive, and apparently it's B-grade. Now, I've never bought a PC from CeX, but I did buy my Apple Watch from CeX. I did buy my RTX 3080 from CeX. About 90% of my media library came from CeX. So I trust them to do stuff. Right, this one says accessories, so let's rip into this and we are going to build the ultimate home server. What accessories could come with a cheap 30 quid PC? Oh my god, there's so much of it. Just never, oh, it's a power cable and a pretty fresh looking one at that as well. Right, now this must be the new server we're going to use. Throw the boxes on the floor to clean up later. Okay, here we go. So we had one last year that we ripped apart, but it did not look like this. So, the new home server. Not much to look at. Got a few USB ports on the front. It's an OptiPlex 710. On the back though, we got a few decent ports here. So we got 2 display ports, which is shocking actually. Ethernet. Standard, no graphics card by the looks of it, so no cheap 710 or anything. But actually, having a look on the inside then, let's open it up. Let me just zoom out a touch for you. You know what? For a CeX build, that's surprisingly clean. Alright, what are we looking at in here then? So this was bought in 2019. This was probably an office PC, which is the most common thing you'll see from these builds, is that their offices just recycling their crap. Which these make great home servers. Like here's our hard drive. No, that's our DVD drive. Our hard drive is below it, deep in the abyss. Which that actually looks like a 3.5 full-size hard drive. Got a CPU in there. And our huge chunking power supply, which puts out an output of 60 watt. Whew. Okay, well, I guess there's no other thing to do but power it on, and I'm quite annoyed it doesn't have HDMI. Alright, plug that in. And what's really cool as well is I have this Logitech setup which I bought. This is an MX Master and an MX Mechanical. We use them at work and they're thought brilliant, so I bought my own last year. And they come with this bolt adapter, which actually works in BIOS, so I don't need a wired keyboard and mouse for any of this crap. And we're just going to see if it boots first and foremost. Now because it's DisplayPort, I can't directly plug in my Elgato capture card this time. Okay, we're booting. It's loading. I mean, this is a really retro way of recording these videos. So this is the screen. Let's see how long this takes actually. So, okay, we're now on the Windows 10 boot. God, I haven't been here in years. I should not be deconstructing this PC while it's trying to boot. I've taken the hard drive casing off so we can actually have a look at the specs of the drive. So if you look down here, it looks like it's 320 as we expected. Explains why it says just a moment for the last 20 years. Oh no, look, we're back to the Windows 10 startup. Gosh, brings back memories.
75 years later.
You guys remember the simpler times of Windows 10? Apparently my keyboard doesn't. So, the world's worst server is what I've named it. And I have the securest password in the world of 123. It's running just below here. It looks a mess because I stripped it out. I actually tried to hold it up to the screen now, get this classic GPU in. This is a GT710 with a very dented HDMI port. When I put it in, it crashed the PC for about 10 minutes and it wouldn't boot. So it can go back over in the crap pile. And since I haven't got HDMI, I can't get the Elgato capture card to work with it because it's DisplayPort only. So Windows 10 desktop, slow as anything on this because it's running off the hard drive, which I think is on like the speed of 3000 or something tiny. I was debating switching it over to one of my, give a light on, like smaller hard drives. These are 7200, but that seems like a lot of work to change our PC when we're supposed to be staying within our £40 budget. We're still waiting for our dock to load. Oh, of course Copilot's here, because why wouldn't it be? So I set this up without internet because I can only use an Ethernet port. I can't use Wi-Fi on this because there's no Wi-Fi chip. So I decided to set up with a local account, which you can do on this version of Windows 10. So I want to see what version it is once settings decides to load. Okay, so we do have our, let me get my fact sheet here. So we should have an i3 32040, which we do at 3.4 gigahertz. We do have our 8 gig of DDR3 running at 1600 megahertz. Our disk is at 100%, and there is actually a way to improve this on Windows 10. If you come to notifications and just turn it off, apparently this can just dip.
No.
I don't know how true it is, but apparently not very true. Let me turn off all this crap. There you go, yeah, look, our disk drive's dropped. Okay, it spiked back up. And our Ethernet as well, 6 gigabit network. Wow, okay. It seems to be coming alive a little bit now. Okay, but in about, let's have a look. So we have everything we said. A graphics card of 32 megabytes, lovely. Now, this £35 PC, I can only think of one great way to test this bad boy. Let's download Steam. Right, it has been 24 hours and I cannot get Linux on this thing. I've decided it's impossible. So it has a legacy BIOS. It does not allow wireless keyboards. It doesn't allow wired keyboards. I'm sure the DisplayPort on this PC down here doesn't work. So we are sticking with Windows, but I have found a way to set this up as an actual useful server. But before I do that, I am so curious as to what I'm going to score on Skydiver, which is a 3D Mark benchmarking tool. While that loads, which I'm sure will take a minute, I'll show you the services we're going to install. So we're going to make a media server today. So we're going to do Jellyfin, Audiobookshelf and Navidrome, all services I've shown on this channel before. And if this PC can actually install them and host a web UI, then that is good enough for me. Now, I will not be using Docker because this thing can barely open Windows. And I have let it warm up for the last few hours, and it's actually pretty responsive right now, to the point I can actually open this and scroll down. And do you guys remember Cortana? An error occurred. You know, it's actually running a DirectX 11 benchmark. Oh, running is a choice of word. But you know what? I've seen worse. I really hope you're enjoying watching this stop motion movie with me. As you can see, we're running at a solid 3.4. Oh, 3.8. Are we going to hit 4? No, okay, 3.8 is our max. Oh, we did hit 3.9 frames per second. Now look at that, 60 FPS right here on the physics test. This is a gaming PC. Alright, 3D Mark finished. You saw we got 60 FPS on some point, and look at that, we are above average. This PC is brilliant. I mean, this is like for this spec. So like 4 other CeX PCs of this standard, ours is above average with 911. But anyway, I was just curious about that. Let's actually get on to installing some actual home server services then. Right, let's download Jellyfin. Audiobookshelf, I'm just back in their documentation again. So let's just go ahead and download the latest Audiobookshelf and let's make a media server. Right, okay, so things are starting to run. Windows is picking up all of them as viruses. 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, we have our first local hosted service. God, it's so hard recording this on an iPhone screen. There we go. I would have much rather have used my Elgato, but this silly box has no HDMI. So as Audiobookshelf, we've set this up before, so I'll just add my first library, podcast, we'll just name it pods. Must have at least one path. I'll browse the folder. Now we have to wait for the disk to load. Now, if you replace this with an SSD, this would actually make a pretty decent server. Right, let's just go to like users, world's worst server, desktop. because why not? Okay, library stats, add, and then we can search. So search for my favourite podcast, Distractable. This one here. Oh, so it's going to open up in Apple, but if we click just below it, there we go. So Distractable, it's explicit, that's fine. Automatic download on episodes. I'm going to click find episodes once we have the other services set up, because if I brick my hard drive with this, we're going to have an issue. Look, there you go. So you can see we're already servering. Navidrome should be accessible here if it's actually running, which it is. Create an admin user, admin 123, 123. Create admin. Boom, we now have Navidrome. So now we have music and podcasts. Now all we need is movies and TV. If I can open it up and log in and see the UI, we have media servered. Cool, I'll keep the server name as is. World's worst server, 123, 123. And what I've just done is I've downloaded a few sample videos. So on Jellyfin, if we then actually go and have a look at it, so we can skip through all this crap. Hopefully we see a few videos here. So what do I call myself? Admin, and then the password was 123. Right, I've played around and I cannot get Jellyfin to even see the movies with Inside Desktop. I've tried pointing it to the file, to the desktop specifically, and it does not want to play with me. So now let me download one episode of Distractable. By the way, this is a legal way of downloading podcasts just through the RSS feed. Oh my god, it's like the disc when it starts doing stuff, the whole thing just craps itself. This would be great if I could put an SSD in it, but I don't have an SSD to put in it. What do you mean there's no downloads in progress? Did it finish? No, it's still downloading, I can tell because of the hard drive. So anyway, today I have showed you that buying a £30 PC from CeX, again, just reminding you of the original, you know what? Just reminding you of the original sheet here. This was our spec, a 7010 i3. This is from like the 2012 line. 35 quid there, as you see. If you put an SSD in it, fine, I get it. But other than that, do I recommend this? No. No, I do not. So anyway, I'm going to go break this down into e-waste, and maybe I'm not past my return window. Apologies, this one didn't go fully to plan. I was hoping to actually do something with this, but oh, I hate how hard drives feel when they move. Woo! I mean, anyway, to end the video, I mean, I don't really care about this box. So if I kind of hold my camera like this and I just start ripping out PC components, I wonder what will make the system die first. So that's how we're going to end it. So this active hard drive that's downloading stuff, we'll give it a shake, little wiggle. The magnetism's all off the charts. Let's pull out a stick of RAM. Ah, lovely. Just what we want to see. The death of this crap PC. Take out the other stick. Look, the screen gets worse. There we go. I haven't really got much else to remove, to be honest. I mean, hard drive next, I guess. There we go. Still spinning as well. I better look at the stick of RAM as well while we're here. It's a 4 gig stick. Wow. And look at my screen. Wow. What a PC. I mean, it's now got no RAM. We're going to kill this thing one way or another. Right, here we go. Also, Apple, I hate the camera button on the iPhone. Get rid of it. Alright, CPU fan connector is out, so the CPU should go pretty soon. I'm going to angle the camera like this as I rip stuff out. And that way you can see when it dies. So the CPU will be heating up to all that ground. And we're dead. There we go. So rest in peace. Now, I won't actually be returning this to CeX. I will just be e-wasting this and getting rid of it sensibly. But thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.